Okay, I wish I could ask you what one you want me to install, VS Code or Olama. But let's do VS Code. So it's very similar. Actually, Google Anti-Gravity used to be built on VS Code. So VS Code is open source. People can build on it, and I think Anti-Gravity was built on it. So VS Code is by Microsoft. Microsoft bought GitHub. So it would help to have a GitHub account. So I'm going to set up a GitHub account. So let's set up GitHub first. Um, mm, uh, so anyway, so you sign up, blah, blah, blah. So I can't sign up because I use this as an undergrad. I use my R Young, and I use all my accounts. So you create an account on GitHub. I probably can find a video on YouTube. I don't think if I have any email address I haven't used for GitHub. Let me try. I guess it doesn't really matter. So create an account on GitHub and then sign in. Okay, why I authenticate this. So GitHub is 84. Hope that's not going to work because I know why. Okay, so for a while, I mean, I've always used GitHub, but in the last, I don't know, 5 years, I don't want to say I've lived off it, but I've lived off it a lot more. So GitHub, okay. But before I do that, so let's just do. If you ask Google, I guess what GitHub is, it will say repository, which doesn't really help. I mean, it just doesn't. What is GitHub? So really the way to explain it is most code, Python, things like that, are text files. So I upload a text file, okay? Then I change a text file. I think in one of the last videos you saw, I did a Hugging Face space where you type in your name, and then it just printed your name. Then I wanted to add the time. So it just added one line of code, but we could read that. It was like text. Well, GitHub and Hugging Face inherently is just a place where we can upload our code, either share it or not share it, but we upload our code as text. We make changes and we re-upload it. And GitHub is intelligent enough to say, hey, this changed. Okay. I know I made changes. So Tupac is a program I wrote to find hidden text, hidden information in pictures. Okay. So let's find so of course I can download the current version. Okay, so you can download this. So not only my code, but I mean I could go to some random person's code. I made a bug request on Quinn, and I could go and look at other people's requests and download their code. Okay, so that is used a lot. You can also see what changed. So maybe like you screwed something up. I screw things up all the time. Okay, so 2 weeks ago I changed this. It says added four new features, and so this was one of the things I added. What was it? 2 weeks ago. 3 months ago I changed this. 2 weeks ago I changed this. So you can see kind of how I changed or what I changed in this file over time, and there's different ways to view this. But so this is really cool because now you can see what has changed over time. And you can go in here and be like, go to GitHub. So let's find a medical text summarizer. Whatever, medical text, EHR. So right here it tells you kind of how many stars, like how popular it is. It's not really a good metric, but at least you get some idea. So I'm going to click in here. So this is some type of blockchain EHR. Ooh, really cool. Kind of tells you about it. But like I said, what's really cool is I can go in here and go back up and go in here and look at some of this code. Just an index file. There's not going to be much in here, but so you can see, like, you can poke around and like understand. You can clone this. I mean, you can take a copy of it and play with it. So you don't have to do everything all from the ground up. There's people up here. There's millions of like Git. There are millions of repos, and people have all types of repos for all types of things. And you don't have to like reinvent the wheel. It's primarily already done. Hugging Face spaces, Hugging Face spaces. What did I spell wrong? Oh, I'm searching in that in particular repo. And there is a GUI program on here. Space. I just spelled it right. But so, like I said, you can see all types of stuff. But what I'm thinking about, so I'm just going to install GitHub desktop. So GitHub is useful. I know. I mean, it's one of those things that honestly it's kind of a pain in the ass to use. But once you start using it, it will really help you. Even if you're not a programmer, a lot of people use it for like blogs and tracking and taking notes, and it's kind of like, I mean, it can be a note-taking thing. Just keep that in mind. But so we have a GitHub account. The reason we have a GitHub account is that VS Code can like use it. So VS Code, and all VS Code is, to be honest with you, it's like Microsoft Word, but designed for programming. I mean, what do I mean by that? That means it doesn't do like bold or like underline, things like this. And again, all different platforms. Give me the code. Downloading. There's GitHub Desktop. I might as well install that. Then GitHub, honestly, GitHub Desktop is what I use probably 50% of the time. So, like I said, GitHub is a really great tool for being able to find stuff. So let me just grab it and open it so you can show it, and then I'll get VS Code installed. And sign in and it will authenticate. I'm not going to do that right now because I don't want to waste your time. Da-da. Okay, so VS Code. So VS Code is basically, I hate to say it's identical to anti-gravity. There are differences. I think the plugin environment for VS Code is considerably better. Claude can work in there. You have a little bit better terminal controls. So VS Code has been around longer and it can do more and it's a little bit more powerful. Weird world. With that being said, though, it can be a little bit more buggy. It can be hard to integrate LLMs. It can be hard to do a lot of things. Okay, so let me sign in here. Apparently everything, that's why I said, see? Okay, I'm almost done signing into GitHub, so I guess it doesn't matter. So now you have GitHub Copilot. You can do, yeah. Mark is done. It gives you all these tips. But basically, you can now, like, so before you can kind of type in here, you can have it ask, you can have it plan. So you'd ask like, hey, how do I make a really cool Hugging Face space? How do I make a really cool EMR? How do I have the Dr. Young's Synthetico data. I want to make a blockchain EMR. And you can work with it, and the plan will help you right down here. And then auto, it depends on what model it wants to use, other models. So, and again, like Google's anti-gravity in the UI or in the IDE, it's per folder kind of permission. So, I can drop a folder in here and it will work on it. Sorry about that. So it is more restricted. Now, VS Code does have a full plugin library right here. So if you maybe you want to use Perplexity, we're not going to cover Perplexity, but I think there's a Colab plugin. Yep, right there's Colab. That way, VS Code can connect to Colab. You can run things, you can code locally, play around. And if you need more horsepower, you go up to Colab. There's Hugging Face. So you can see that, if I can spell, Hugging Face. Here's Hugging Face plugin. Yep. And not all these, see, this one is by the official Hugging Face. The other ones are not. So, yep, I don't need to install it because it's just not maintained. It's not necessarily bad. But now, just remember that, see, I'm installing it from the original Hugging Face. This is from some dude that made it, so I don't necessarily always trust it. Data Explorer. Microsoft has the ones that are good. Microsoft. So I do... Where's it at? Data. Oh, there we go. These two I love. So like I said, I love VS Code. There's another one, VS Code Insider. You'll see me using it a lot of the time. If you're looking for a really kind of real basic one, VS Code's great. Anti-gravity tends to be a little easier because it's all integrated. It already has an LLM, already has all the plugins. You can just type and go. If you want to use Claude, use Claude in here. If you want to use Ollama, you can use Ollama in here. I mean, OpenAI. I don't know if it's OpenAI or ChatGPT. So, I mean, every plugin is in here. So there's a lot of flexibility, but also, like I said, tends to kind of complicate things. A lot more themes, colors. You can do terminals. Install code command from Pi. So this, which I like to run. So what this allows me to do is, in the terminal, I can take code and it launches this program. Super useful. Okay. So what do we cover this time? GitHub, VS Code, and GitHub Desktop. At least now that we're signed into GitHub, we probably do it one more time. So a little longer than I wanted it to be, but at least, again, if VS Code and GitHub is your thing, they were great tools.